You know, growing up, they used to tell us when you see no thoroughfare, that means there's a road there. And in the same vein, it means that truly the coalition that the ruling party had once dismissed is actually taking, roots. Because there are certain persons I don't take their statement, seriously. Because I've heard them speak from both sides of the mouth before. And so now when they talk, I just look at the office they occupy and I'm like, hey, is this office that actually talking, not the person? If Wike were maybe in opposition, he probably would have been a member of the coalition today. I remember the same Wike as a governor in Rivers State and how he told us that PDP was malaria and APC was cancer. And today he's part of the cancer. And so that's why I don't take statements from people like that seriously. But seriously speaking, it means that the opposition coalition is actually taking a firm footing, and those in government are jittery. And if they are not jittery, then Wike won't be bothered about asking Nigerians not to take them seriously. Because if they tell you don't take somebody seriously, it means that people are actually considering taking that person seriously. What Wike should be bothered about is there were campaign promises made. They should be bothered about how to deliver on those promises made and how to make life of the average Nigerian, more bearable and more affordable. And the opposition also should consistently put them on their toes and put pressure to ensure that Nigerians truly take them seriously. It is not what Wike will say or what rhetorics. It's no longer a matter of rhetorics, because Nigerians really want to look at the difference. What are the alternative? And this alternative is not just enough to say we want to send Bola Tinubu back to Lagos. Just like it happened during Goodluck Jonathan's time. Anything but Jonathan. People are wiser now. People are also asking questions. And so this is an opportunity for Wike to now ride on those questions that people are asking, to say, yes, we want alternative, but let us have, plans and program. And then now that you're in government, you have the opportunity, you still have, close to 2 years to actually right the wrongs, so that people can say, okay, yes, when they started their first 2 years was the fumble and wobble, but now, we can actually talk about them. It's not enough for you to just sit down and tell people, no, don't take them seriously. They are destabilizing. Because you are also destabilizing. Just before the program, we're talking about the issue of renaming of streets and bus stops in Lagos. These are also destabilizing tendencies that shouldn't even be encouraged.
The mounting pressure on opposition party with the increasing rise of defections across political parties is becoming really worrisome. And I think the opposition party really needs to sit up, because if things goes the way it's going, there's every likelihood that 2027 will be a walkover for the APC government. Because if you check how strategic they have re-strategized with the new appointment and every other thing, you will know that these people are heading somewhere. And we know that as of the moment, the APC is filled with persons who have already been in the game over years. It's filled with persons who know how to play this game very well. And that's the more reason why the opposition parties, they need to sit up. They need to actually resolve all those internal crises within them. Parties such as Labour Party, parties such as PDP, they really need to sit up. So we actually wish that they will be able to solve some of these crises. And because some of these factions within them is only going to help to divide their votes, of which is going to return back the major voting to the APC. So I think this is a factor we really need to look into. It's not about the defections, because at the end of the day, there's every likelihood that if those factions are not well managed, if all these internal political crises are not well managed, there will be an increasing even more defections from other opposition party into the APC. I think this is an area the opposition party needs to look into. So I don't know. Let me know in the comment box what your opinion is on this, if this is also a concern to you. And on the other hand, I will plead, if this is your first time of coming across this channel, please do well to click the subscribe button. And please like this video, share it so that other persons will get to watch or have access to it. And I'll allow you to watch the rest part of the video. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Well, so the issue of the Senate leadership that you talked about, there are so many issues actually that are ongoing. Like what had happened to Natasha and all of that. People think that the Senate president seems to be personalizing the issues. And you would have seen that even the issues that went before the court, it was the Senate president that went to court, not the Senate as an institution and all of that. So, I mean, there are those talks here and there that Senator Akpabio needs to understand when issues have to do with the office of the Senate president, different from himself when issues have to do with him. And this also shows the sort of leadership that is being expected of him. He should understand that the office of Senate President is a highly exalted position. There needs to be more communication. You're first among equal, talk more, do more. And yeah, I mean, the tendency is not for it to be antagonistic to the executive, but of course, it's not everything that should come from the executive that should just pass through easily. So these are some of the things that his colleagues expect from him because, you know, they don't like the stamp, the rubber stamp tag that we keep tagging on them as Nigerians. On the issue of the ADC you talked about, I think the APC will just be joking if it just keeps taking the ADC as just one of those political parties that I can toy around with. I mean, the APC started at this formative stage when a whole lot of Nigerians didn't give them opportunities. They were laughing at them. There's a lot of disaffection within the APC itself. Some governors who would want to take certain steps, maybe towards ADC, who don't want to do that right now because of the body language of the president and all of that. Yes, while the ADC has its own issues, and we haven't really seen a clear path from that political party led by Senator David Mark at the moment, and of course with all the legal entanglement surrounding their coming together. Nonetheless, I think those in the governing party should be very careful, because if you had listened to what Senator Ali Ndume had said, I mean, some time ago, he said, it's the politicians that are defecting, the people are not defecting. So where exactly are the people's body language going towards? That's what I think the APC should be thinking towards at the moment.
Okay.
So there was a time when Peter Obi was offered an oil block by the Jonathan administration, and he refused it. That is indeed commendable. That shows a leader that has leadership potential and leadership qualities. He wasn't selfish, he wasn't thinking of his pockets, but rather of national interest. Kudos to you, Peter Obi. You see, I always keep my criticisms and my praise balanced. God bless us all.
And then somebody's talking about Peter Obi. Somebody's talking about this character. Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State. What did he do for 8 years? What did he do for 8 years? These are the questions. So it's not when you are tribalistic. Compare Peter Obi, Anambra, which is a gold mine. Give me Anambra. And if in 1 year I do not change Anambra, I will not take salary, I will not live in their government house. Anambra, I will live in my car. Give me Anambra. If I will not change Anambra, go to my village. I'm not a governor. Go to Obama. Go to Lenkalawari. Go to see what I'm doing. I don't wait for anybody. When you travel, when you go to Dubai, you go to United Arab Emirates, you go to Qatar, you come to China, you go to Turkey, you will not listen to any Nigerian leader that is talking. You will not listen to any governor that is talking. You will not listen to anybody who is controlling budget, because you are not sincere. You are tribal, and you are telling other people that they are tribal. Somebody was governor for 8 years. He has nothing to show. He has nothing to. How can anybody compare Peter Obi with Tinubu? How? Go to Lagos. Go to Lagos before. Look at Lagos before 1999 and Lagos of today. He was there for 8 years. He left.
If everybody here loves me now, if everybody here says we'll vote for you and you're okay, I'll go away. I don't stay where everybody likes me, because then there's a fake. Yes. There's somebody here who feel like this it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you. If there's anybody I want to be friends with Obina. Yeah, but that Obina must not have.
Alright, sir. It's a privilege to meet you.
Thank you.
Mine is also Obina.
Yes.
And also Nigerian.
Ah, interesting.
So I don't hate you.
No, don't worry.
I don't know some of your...
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to ask a question. As the leader of the Labour Party has been rocked with several crises. What have you done to fix this crisis? Because Nigeria is a very complex country. And if you cannot fix the problem in the Labour Party, how do you intend to fix the problem in Nigeria?
Thank you, Obina. Let me tell you. Obina, there's a difference between what is happening in the Labour Party today. It's caused by government deliberately. Not me anyone. Obina, what is happening in Labour Party and PDP is caused by government. Yes. We have had a problem in our party before in the past. And Yar'Adua was president. And I came to him. And he told the then INEC chairman, I don't want problem in any party. And we were forced to fix it.
Sir, so two questions. First, what will you do differently, considering the situation of things where Nigeria is as at today, to quickly uplift the living standard of Nigerians if given an opportunity, if you become the president in the first 2 years? That's one. The second one is, would you prefer to still fly the presidential candidate under the Labour Party or under the People Democratic Party?
I'm still continuing to run in Labour Party. Because the reality is that I'm a Labour Party member. But today, in all the parties, there's a problem. And these are deliberate problems created by the system. Quote me anyone. It is deliberate problem created by the system. These are some of the things I want to clean up. If I had opportunity, every party would have been functional very well. Because you can't have a system to work unless you have strong opposition.
We have about 774 local governments.
Yes.
And based on the past election, there were no representative rounds. What are you putting in place now so that the next election there will be representative to cover the 179,000 billion?
Thank you. Let me be honest with you. It is people. Even if we pay agents, they can decide not to. We pay the other person. But we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that all the polling booths are. But most important is the people. It's the people that will say no. You know, it's the people that will say we can't continue this way, and they will stop it.
So 2023, I was one of the people that campaigned for you vigorously in my community. Among my family, only me I voted for you. But after the election and when the result was announced, I was mocked. I was embarrassed that you see now PA to B. Now I believe that our vote will not counted. I want to tell you that 2027. What can you tell us? Let us know that 2027 our votes is going to be counted so that we will not be discouraged. Because I believe, as you are here, many people here were discouraged that 2027 did not vote. What do you want to tell us that to make us to vote again and again and again?
Don't be discouraged. When you bring a change, you have for enemy all those who live up the old order. They are all a combine and be your enemy. And those who are not sure you succeed, which is tiny members, are not going to fight for you. But don't give up. Because we require a change. Yeah.
For some of us who are aspiring to be politicians in the future, how do you coexist with people who do not agree with your mandate? Because you see the pictures and also how long do you intend to keep running for presidency so we know how long we can keep this battle going?
Okay. I don't want to say what people here, they won't even support me again. But I can tell you, it is my belief that this thing, we should even have retirement age for it. I don't want to be running for office. By 2027, I'll be 65 years old as at the time of the election. And if, for example, they do it north and south, so if it didn't come to me, if I was not lucky, it will go north 2031. The next time it's coming to south is 2039. Am I right? Yes. I'll be about 77 years. I don't want to join the election. It will make a mess of it. I don't want to do that. However, the way I operate today, and I don't hide it, is that I'll keep supporting those of you who wants to bring a change with whatever resources I have. But it's not me running again. There must be a time to go.
So I want to encourage you. You are getting there. Don't give up.
But you see, the idea of 2027, as good as it is still not something of an immediate interest. The president and the government is focused now on delivering democracy dividend to the Nigerian people. They are focused on governance. They are focused on ensuring that Nigerian people are taken care of. And of course, the fact that if you look at the preceding years of before these last 2 years, the economy was in shambles, and people talk about poverty, we're hungry, and all this stuff. So the president is focused more on that. So the issue of who becomes the vice president, for me, is still too early to be discussed. We have a vice president who is working with the president, and there's a lot of understanding and harmony between them. It is just what I would call some political analysts and some of our colleagues in the media who are inputting some kind of suggestions, motives. And so for me, I think we should not really bother too much about those issues. They are still 2 years away. And I believe that when we get to that point, we'll be discussing it. So it is detracting from governance when you begin to talk about who becomes the vice president or not, when you have a team of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his Vice President Shetima working together to deliver dividend of democracy to Nigerian people. I don't think we should really be discussing that at the moment.
Our leader and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shetima, GCON, the Senate President, Senator Godwill Apabio, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, the former Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, the Deputy Senate President, Deputy Speakers, the Chairman of the Governors Forum, Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, the governors here present, and members of NEC. Let me express my profound gratitude to God and the leadership of the party, from the President to the governors and the National Assembly members and all members of NEC, for reposing this big burden and trust also in me to lead the party at this junction. Let me thank you also for picking me among millions of members of this party, and the party will see me good enough and responsible enough to take this party to the next level. I do not take this mandate for granted. I want to accept it with gratitude and with my full heart and full mind to work together with you to build the party, knowing that all of us here are the mechanics of the party, and the party is our vehicle, and we'll fix it and move it to our destination of choice. I pledge without hesitation that I will work with everybody in the party. I'll unite the party, I'll build the party, I'll expand the party with you as the focus and the building block and the support that I will require to drive the party as needed by all of us so that we can fulfill the dream of Nigerians who have reposed their hope in the Renew Hope agenda. Lastly, I'll trust and look up to the leadership of the party, members of the party, and all of you seated here for us to fulfill the dream that Nigerians have on the APC. Thank you and God bless you.
We'll take reactions trailing the resignation of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar from the People's Democratic Party, a party in which he was a founding member of in 1998. In a letter dated July 14th, addressed to his ward chairman in Jada Adamawa State, Atiku stated that his decision was with immediate effect. He cited a departure from the party's foundational principles as a reason for his exit, expressing that he found it necessary to part ways due to the current trajectory the party has taken, which he believes diverges from the foundational principles they stood for. He described his decision as heartbreaking but necessary due to irreconcilable differences. Well, let's take some tweets. We'll take Festus Keamo's tweet. He wrote in his capacity as SAN. He wrote, "Your Excellency, while I acknowledge that it is within your constitutional right to challenge political parties at any time, you may wish, however, releasing your letter of resignation from the PDP during this week of the mourning of our immediate past president, Muhammadu Buhari, is clearly an attempt to draw the spotlight away from such a solemn occasion and direct it on yourself. In fact, as the image below shows, you prepared, typed, signed and delivered that letter the morning after the passing away of former president was announced. With the greatest respect to you, this clearly demonstrates that your obsession with your perennial presidential ambition knows no sympathy or empathy. And since we are on the issue of your letter, it is both morally and legally wrong to continue to use the coat of arms of the federal government in your private or political communications when you stopped being a functionary of the federal government more than 18 years ago. Section 6 of the Flag and Coat of Arms Act Cap F30 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 makes this an offense. I mean, Festus Keyamo here is saying that Atiku is committing an offense. You did see that letter, and that was the first thing that I saw. He has the coat of arms on his letter. I mean, in my mind, I was like, what capacity? Maybe I can learn more on that.
Office of the former vice president.
Oh, you know, people also have cards that they write friend of the president. Friend of the president, really. I mean, but that's Festus Keyamo saying that it is an offense to use an official letter in that manner. But in the meantime, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde stated on Wednesday that Atiku Abubakar's resignation from the PDP will not negatively impact the party's standing. Speaking at an event in Akure, Makinde asserted that the PDP is an institution with freedom of entry and exit, and that it is better for anyone who holds the PDP down to quit. He also downplayed the ADC's threat to the PDP, stating that their goals are similar, that is to address governance issues, emphasizing that leaders come and go, but the state and country will remain. Let's take a look.
I don't think that will make any dent on PDP as a party. PDP is an institution, right? You're not happy about the tempo and the pace of governance. You're free to associate and see what can be done. But one thing we must all realize is that players will come and go, governors will come and go, presidents will come and go, but our country will remain.
All right, Seyi Makinde there standing strong for his party. But we know also that Are Dele Momodu has quit the PDP as well. He put out a statement yesterday and he wrote to his ward chairman in Owan East local government area in Edo State. He wrote, "My reason is simple and straightforward. Our party has been unarguably hijacked by anti-democratic forces from within and outside in broad daylight. It is therefore honorable to abandon the carcass of the party to them, while the majority of us earnestly sign up with the new coalition party known as the African Democratic Congress. I will forever treasure the kind support you gave me at all times." All right, the carcass, the PDP now. empty shell. That's what he's calling it.
I think it's stronger than an empty shell. He said it's dead. There's no life there again. A carcass, roadkill. Okay, that's what he implied.
Yeah. So
with the PDP, we've been talking about this at length about how many people have. That's what they said. That's what he said. He said,
"Come on, there's no one."
So I think that in a situation like this, if you are still within the PDP, if you're supporting the PDP, you would want someone to come out and speak with strength, and that's exactly what the governor of Oyo State did. I don't think that he could have said anything else other than to put a strong face on and say that, yeah, if these people want to go, they can go, that the party is still an institution, there's still life there. Delamode said it's a carcass. Sheyi Bakinde says there's still life there. We will see what the people decide in 2027.
We will see. So let me take a Felix Morca's tweet again. He also reacted before I come to you. Rufy on fire, plenty violent. Felix Morca wrote, yet again, Atiku uses his revolving door out of the PDP for the third time, all in his desperate but ever elusive search for the presidential golden fleece. Indisputably, the weakest link in Nigeria's partisan democracy, Atiku is driven only by his selfish and obsessive presidential ambition, never willing to put in the work to build his party or remain to solve its internal crisis, but claims a birthright entitlement to presidential ticket of his party to the exclusion of all others. Congratulations, Nigeria's incomparable political wanderer. Felix Morca with the words. He's calling Atiku a political wanderer. Ruby on fire.
Wonder. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State and his wife, the Chairman of the Governor's Forum and Governor of Kwara State, and all other governors here present. My dear brother Aremo Olusegun Osoba, and all our former governors here present, all members of the National Assembly here present, all members of the Federal Executive Council here present, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Awusubillah min Shaitani Rajim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. May the soul of our father rest in peace. May the blessing of Allah be on all of you. Today marks a very great day in the history of our nation, and particularly the history of our race, the Yoruba race. And you can't find any further definition, further away of our culture. If you go further from Abuja, you will learn a lot. To me, standing before you today, I thank God Almighty that I stand before you as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Our history would not have been completed carefully and richly if I failed the last election. I was successful because of your support and the blessing of late Awujale. I came to him, he blessed me. And he said, You will win that election. Out to Wole Ekansi. Go ahead. Today is no more. It's gone. God has blessed us. If listen to the richness of his wisdom expounded by Governor, His Excellency Dapo, Governor of Ogun State, Oyinbo pọ̀. Well, I won't bring out his other title. Ọ̀kan lọmọ eléyìí of Ogun State. Well, at this stage, I must mention clearly how much I thank you for taking care of our father. He is our leader of conscience, tradition, of a great value. He brought pride, dignity, and honor to the Yoruba race. I'm extremely proud of him. He was always there at that time of need for all of us. I could recount the June 12th episode, our protest then, our episode in his palace, a foray, our resistance, our determination to reverse the annulment of June 12th. Papa was steadfast, was resolute, was very encouraging. That he lived to see the calendar as a 91-year-old person. To be honored at his 90th birthday with the Grand Commander of Niger. I am very honored. I'm proud to even go through that motion and the emotional attachment that I have with him. Very honest, very bold, very courageous, very truthful. He will not deceive you. He's gone. I've listened to the governor. He has admonished us for our unity, consistency, and respect for the history of this man, a great man. We have to be more united, bonded, and the spirit that he left behind. Cherish his legacy and appreciate him in death. We've named institutions after him. His legacy we endure. It's left for you and I to reflect the culture, the value that he represented. God Almighty will grant him a legion of Fidaus. God bless all of you. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Easy and he leaves you to use your judgment and initiatives, and I trust that's what he did. But he was fully in the picture.
Right. But did he react when you told him you were going to go? If so, what was his reaction?
It's like I'm indifferent about it. It's okay.
And what was the response of the Abure faction when you came to make the case that you came to make?
They were elated. They are yearning for leadership. And I told them I'm there to do it. They are yearning for an end, so to say, about whatever we're going through as a party. But while I was there to reconcile, I was also reconciling Labour Party and the general public by the same token. I was doing many things at the same time.
So in a sense, you were being, I mean, I'm wondering if you were being just politically pragmatic by your move, in the sense that some have suggested that the coalition may well end up anointing Atiku Abubakar as its candidate, and you and presumably Peter Obi don't want to be left in the lurch if that happens, which is why you're making these overtures to the Labour Party.
No. My own thinking was, convince me why I should come into ADC. Where was ADC in 2023 when Labour Party claimed we got 10 million votes? Where was ADC?
Yeah, but there's always a time when a coalition comes into
That's
existence.
what I'm saying. The coalition pointed us at, like, convince me. And the general message is that I am yet to be convinced to leave Labour Party. I am yet to be convinced. And Peter Obi himself, I don't want to speak for him, but when he's okay, he will speak for himself. To the best that I know, Peter Obi is, and I repeated the welcome that Labour Party's arms are open to embrace back Peter Obi. I would like him to again win the nomination of Labour Party and contest in 2027 with or without me.